Hi guys, welcome back to Vic's Bricks. Today I'm talking about the XMORK City Collection. Now, these are what I call mini modulars. They're not really what we know as a modular, which is the big, 32 by 32 with one of these. This is a modular, like a big thing like that. That's a modular. Okay, I call these mini modulars because they're 32 studs wide, but they're only 22 studs deep. Now, I'll just show you quickly before I get on to the collection. I did buy a couple of these a few years ago, and this is what one looks like. Okay, so that's how they look. They come with the double-sided base plate down the bottom, and as I said, they're all about this size. And I call them mini modulars because the backs are open, and there's no tiling and things like that. And as I said, they are thinner. They're only the 22 wide. So this is how these ones are supposed to look on the base plate there, but I did them on a 32 by 32 base plate, and I'll tell you why I did that a little bit later. So it does, that's my change to this as well. But this is a great little set. It's 20113 to 20116. That's the numbers from XMORK, and I call it the City Collection because it's City Hotel, City Restaurant, City Music Club, and City Cafe. So I just called it the City Collection. And now, don't get me wrong, these are great little mini modules. I love them because they're small-ish, and you can sort of fit them. If you don't have the space for a 32 by 32, you can keep them on that base plate. But as I said, I did this for a reason when I put them on a base plate like this. As you can see, the attention to detail is absolutely fabulous. They don't miss out on anything just because they're a mini. They've got, you've got all your flowers and everything. Some come with stickers, some come with already printed plates and things like that. But as I say, don't get me wrong, they're really wonderful. Generally, I have found, because they are the mini ones, I'll just start, for example, I'll just show you one. Because they aren't supported by bricks on the back, I do find that they can be a little bit, if you press too hard. So what I had to do with all of them and the other ones that I did is I stabilised them. I just put extra plates underneath just to stabilise it so that it's not quite so flimsy there. Because again, everything comes off. They come off like a normal modular, section by section by section, so that's really good. And the thing that I liked, again, about them is, as I said, the attention to detail was great. They came with, as you saw, they came with furniture inside. There's no minifigs that come with these, but that's okay, because what I like the most is the price. Now, each of these modulars, they're around about the 1,500 pieces each, and they cost me, on average, $68. Now, that's a pretty good saving for what you get. And as I said, don't get me wrong, they have some really great stuff. Let's just start with one, and we'll go on to all the rest. So we'll pop these out of the way for the time being, and we'll start with this one. So this one is the City Cafe. Again, it comes with the City Cafe there. And again, just, it has all the lovely rounded figures, lovely rounded architecture on there. Inside, as I said, there's everything happening. You take off the roof and you've got, tables and chairs inside there. And again, I'll show you what I mean by reinforcing it. No, I didn't have to do it on that one. This one's got like a little record player over here and a bar and a bookshelf, so they haven't left anything out detail-wise. I just found No, obviously I didn't have to support this one. And then down the bottom, you know, lovely things in there. There is no tiling on some of them, okay? And that's, again, where, you know, I like to tile. I didn't do this one, but I did do the next one. I did tile down the bottom. So, yeah, I think that's the only lacking thing. I like tiles in the bottom of my things there. So I will tile that. And, yeah, so that's just that one. And, again, like, easy to put back together. Good locking studs. And, again, you just have to be not heavy-handed. See how it's, yeah, because there's no wall there to stabilise it. You do have to be a little bit careful when you put it back together. You can't have heavy hands. And pop that one back up. There. Right, so that's the City Cafe. And again, you know, like lots of little things in there. I liked these very much. This one is the City Hotel. Again, different colours. The cafe and the restaurant are in the beige and black, but the other two are a bit different. And again, it's still very similar in its style. And on the back, let's have a look. I think I can take it off. Oh, there we go. Yep. And again, you've got like, you know, a little gramophone there. It's, you know, all these little ideas are really good. Take them. Again, I've got to watch my heavy hands. Oh, there we go. And this is one I did stabilise, I think. Oop, I'm just breaking the umbrella. Yeah. Okay. Now, you see how it's a little bit wobbly like that? Yeah. Now, hopefully I won't drop anything. I had to stabilise it underneath. You see all the extra tiles and things there? I had to stabilise that one quite a lot because it was a bit flimsy on that one. But again, you know, look at this. A grand piano. What a great idea. You know, and that's, as I said, I can't fault these for their ideas. And as I said, for the price, again, you can't go wrong. And I love this one, the City Hotel. I've got a little bit of a croaky voice. I'm getting over the flu. So, yeah, I'm sounding a bit husky today. Right, pop that one back on there. Pop him over there. This one's the restaurant. And again, on the instruction manuals, some of the tiles on the front were a little bit different. Some had white, some had... So because I'm putting them all together, I changed them and made them uniform. Made them the uniform dark grey with the light grey border. You'll see on when you see the covers here that some had white and things, but I wanted it to be uniform because they will actually be sitting side by side like that, so I want it to run uniformly that way. Okay, this one was, what did I say, the restaurant. You got the little eating area and bar upstairs. Pop that off. Nice little eating area there. Looks quite Christmassy. It's got little cherries and things like that. And then this one pops off. So again, easy to take off, easy to put together. Little tables and chairs and everything down the bottom. Like, I loved them. I thought they were, you know, for what I needed. And again, because they're lower than the bigger modules, you'll see like why I made them the way I did. You'll see why I wanted to put them that way, because they're not as high as some of the modulars. The last one is the Music Club. This one was a little bit more expensive than like these were like 67, 66, 68. This one was a little bit dearer. It was about 75 because it had a few more pieces in it, and it was really like pretty well over the top for designs inside. And yeah, nice little door, a different door to normally. It's got the little one there. and yeah, I liked it. The music club there, up there, music club across the bottom. Again, really nice one, this one. And I'm pretty sure I had to stabilise this one as well. So we'll take it off and have a quick looky inside. So roof off. There's a nice little drum kit there with speakers. I thought that was really, really well done for their jazz club. Roof off there. You've got a DJ set up. You've got saxophones, guitars on the walls, microphone there and then another grand piano over here, which not as fancy as the grand piano in there, but it was still a really good grand piano, I thought. And then take the top off that. On the bottom floor is the bar area and karaoke. You've got a record player there, lovely little bar here, and seats and tables there, drinks area there, and again, this is the entrance to come into it. Again, I thought it was really lovely, these ones. But as I said, with those, because there's no backing, you got to be very careful that you don't, I had to stabilise it a bit. But yeah, if you're looking for just a, if you don't want to do one of the real big modulars, which are, they normally range from about the 2,500 piece up to about 6,000 piece, depending on what you're doing. But if you just want like a little thing there to pop in your city, give these a go. I think they're wonderful. And as I said, for the price, you can't go wrong. And they slot in nicely, all in a row. Heavy hands. Now these little beauties I got from AliExpress, and they're XMORK, which is a separate company. They come with great instruction manuals for each one. So the cafe, the restaurant, the hotel, and the music club. And also they come with lights. They each have a lighting component, which you can, as you can see, you can light them up. Each one has a light. But as I've told you, I'm not lighting any of my modulars until I'm going to get one where I can put them all together. These ones are just a little battery operated where you turn the on off. So I don't want to do that with my city. I don't want to turn everything on off. I want it just to press a button and everything goes on. So, but they do come with a light as well. I wouldn't put little fingers to do this. You've got very small, detailed little things. So I wouldn't call it a child-friendly one. Probably more about the, 12 and above. It doesn't actually say on here, but yeah, I'd put it 12 and above because there are lots of little bits and pieces that require a bit of attention. What I wanted to mention about why I put it on the base plate is because it's going down underneath my chelita, and at the front of it there's going to be like a marketplace, and it'll have market carts and things. So the picture that you're looking at right now is what I wanted to do with these, so that's why I did it the way I did it. Okay, so wrapping up, I'm going to have to give these, for what you get and the price, I think 4.5 stars. Thumbs up, 4.5 thumbs up I give, only because of that little bit of stability and no minifigs, but the price counteracts that. And I think really you can't go past the attention to detail on these. They've really done a great job. And as I said, these are the 4 that come in this collection. That one that I showed you earlier, I've actually modified it. It's going in my Hogsmeade. It's the boar's head in the Hogsmeade, so I changed it up a little bit there. But you can leave them on their little base plates, or you can put them onto a 32 if you want to do it, like I did for my picture down there. So wrapping it up, I've given you my stars. I've told you everything I need to do with these. Go out and get yourself some. Have a fun build. They don't take very long either. I must admit, I think I knocked them over in a night, like one night watching my TV. So I think, yeah, I no more than about probably 3 hours to do this. So yeah, quick builds, but yeah, very enjoyable and lovely to look at, lovely to play with. Till next time, hooray!